Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Sav. Today we have another team building video. I know it's been a little while since I uploaded team building, but yeah, some of you asked me on Discord, some of you asked me in the comments to do more of these. So I'm like, okay, I can do another team building. The reason I haven't done team building in a little while is because it's difficult. It's difficult for me to build something that I really like and not show it on the channel. Yeah, and the problem with that is that I want to keep some stuff hidden for my tournament runs, either in OST or SPL. So if I made something that I really liked and then I made a video about it and I ended up enjoying the team a lot, then I will have to upload it after the week that I played for SPL and such, which yeah, I don't know, it just felt weird to me. That's when usually I record something the next day I have uploaded it and it's good, but so uploading it next week would be tough. But either way, we're gonna be doing some. I was requested to build a choice spec KYUREM with Blizzard and Chill Reception Sloking. So I'm like, okay, why not? This should be an easy core to build because both are incredible Pokemon, so they have a great synergy. They do a lot of stuff together. Blizzard, first of all, is fucking strong. Usually you run their eyes on this shit to make it even stronger to kill threats that you should be 2KOing. And there's a lot of momentum, there is a lot of synergy because this thing invites ground types and this thing destroys ground types. It's got to deal with a couple of things that we're gonna talk about in this building. And yeah, before all that though, please consider subscribing if you like this type of content, team building, where I'm explaining the thought process between, okay, why we're running things, what is the logic and all that fun stuff. So yeah, if you enjoy that, I would definitely appreciate it if you subscribed. If not, it's still perfectly fine, don't worry about it. I still appreciate you watching. But let's talk about this. So this is the first idea that I have, choice spec KYUREM plus Slowking Galar. Let's point out a couple of things that I want to support my first idea for the team. So I definitely want hazard control. I don't want to use KYUREM, which is an ice type, which takes 25% from hazards, from stealth rocks, every time it comes in without hazard control. So either Cinderace, Great Task, Excadrill, who else? You have Dredge, maybe like a default Corviknight. I need hazard control in this, absolutely. That's a must. We're lacking a Shadow Ball resist with this, so somebody needs to be capable of eating special hits. It's not that bad, it's looking him people, but we'll see about it. And who else? Ground immunity. We have a couple of things that I want to do. Now, my problem with this core is that outside of the weakness versus hazards, it's that opposing Slowking is extremely good at it. Opposing Slowking can come in on your Slowking, fuse the side, chill reception after, and then you cannot go KYUREM on a Slowking that has clicked fuse the side. It's about to chill reception out, so you gotta go to your ground types. The ground types with fuse the side invite Scarlet and Corviknight. So it's a little bit difficult to make progress versus Slowking. So I want to take advantage of Slowking one way or another. One way people do that is with King Gambit, because King Gambit provides the Shadow Ball resistance that Slowking cannot do. Like Slowking eats the majority of special hits outside of Shadow Balls, and I guess dark type attacks, like from things like Darkrai or something like that. So yeah, I definitely see King Gambit. My issue with King Gambit is a late game Pokemon. Early game, because of the Supreme Overload boost, it's not gonna be doing that much damage. So yeah, I don't like that. Although I can use King Gambit for the key defensive utilities, offensively it's not gonna do very much progress because you just simply invite a Great Task and you don't have any boost. You don't deal with that much damage early on in the game. You deal damage a lot in the late game, but not that much in the early game. Plus it would be a lame ass build. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, it would be like I'll just slap this, then I'll just slap a Task. Hold up, there you go, nice hazard control. Then we're gonna do like a, I don't know, like a Corviknight. What is this, Corviknight? What the fuck is that? A Corviknight, boom, you have a team. Like that would be lame as fuck. So instead I'm gonna switch it up a little bit, use something fun, use something that I think has potential. So yeah, let's do first the team building the rapid spin defog type of situation. Let's address that first. So I could do Great Task, obviously. Great Task is a great Pokemon. My issue with that is that it's very vulnerable to Slowking, that I said before. It's very vulnerable to Slowking. So what if we do Excadrill right here? I've used Excadrill in the past, usually offensive, like sand or something like that. But here we could do like something like this. That I don't know yet. But this could come in on Slowking any day of the week and get value. Like I chill into Excadrill. I resist both Sludge Bomb, immune to Sludge Bomb and Future Sight. I can left his back, I can spin, get my rocks up if I want to. So this has a lot of potential. And it does provide the rapid spin that I want. It is a problem that I'm weak to. I don't have a Shadow Ball resist if I go this route. So I need somebody else to eat a Shadow Ball. Which means Air Balloon Goldigo would be able to come in on this. I have to predict it with Iron here into Earthquake. That could be one problem. I like the synergy between KYUREM, Slowking and Excadrill though, because I run Earthquake on this Pokemon, so Rillaboom cores get destroyed by these two. Yeah, I think I like this. Excadrill is always wall bind on Dozo, that KYUREM Slowking appreciates a lot. So whenever I get Excadrill in and he goes on Dozo, I can switch into Slowking with safety and Chilly Reception Field side into KYUREM, all that fun stuff. So this is good, I feel. I could also Air Balloon, which would make my Enamorus matchup a lot better, because Enamorus can click Earth Power versus my core at the moment. If it's Scarf, if it's Specs, if it's Calm Minds, Excadrill is gonna be a soft check, but then I don't get the lefties. We'll see about the item. It could be either Air Balloon or Leftover, so we'll figure it out. Alright, next Pokemon. So we added a Steel type right here. We added a Steel type, which is quite nice, which means I don't need to add Corviknight for the physically offensive threats. Like Zamazenta, like Boulder, Iron Boulder, Great Tusk and shit. So I could do a different flying type. I could do Gliscor, but I already have a ground. I could do Enamorus. Enamorus is not a very sturdy check. Felipe Rain wouldn't make sense. Skarmory, I do have the Steel type. I don't need to go crazy about it. Dragonite could be a nice Pokemon to use. The problem with Dragonite is that it also gets destroyed by Great Tusk. And my whole core here, except the KYUREM, is getting destroyed by Great Tusk. I don't have a switch for Great Tusk. So if I did Dragonite, it would be something like Hurricane or I don't know. What if we do Zapdos? I haven't seen much Zapdos recently. Zapdos could help me soft check all the fighting types. It is an Earth Power resistance. Yeah, and by resistance I mean immunity. Let's think about Zapdos versus Enamorus situation too. So Moonblast doesn't 2KO. I could add some special defense, so it's a guarantee that I don't get 2KO'd. So I can soft check Enamorus 2 with this score. I don't need to go Air Balloon always. So I need 72 and 252. But what if I do 72 here? I don't like speed on my Zapdos, especially when I have KYUREM to pressure Great Tusk. So this can be a soft check to Great Tusk with static and such. So yeah, we're definitely gonna do heavy duty boots. I was thinking maybe helmet, but I don't think I can afford to because I'm gonna be very weak to stuff. Last move, it can be T-Wave, it can be Heat Wave, it can be U-turn over Volt Switch and then Thunderbolt. It's gonna make it a lot better versus Tinglu, who is a threat at the moment. Tinglu is definitely a threat. Well, think about that. You're gonna be bold. Do I need any HP on you? I can also do Terra Blast here, which is then gonna act as a soft check to Raging Bolt with Terra Fairy and shit. But at the same time, I have a Slowking Excadrill KYUREM core that destroys Raging Bolt. So T-Wave would make the most sense versus 184 versus something like Gouging Fire. So let's say he's photosynthesis in attack and he goes +1. Bro, this is so strong. Do I live? We do live most of the time. 6.3% chance we die. Not that bad. That's Jolly. That's Adamant. Okay, so Jolly will always live. So I like T-Wave. It's gonna help me T-Wave Gouging Fire with this thing. and then I can beat it in 1v1, especially if I go something like that of water. So I think I like that. Yes, I'm done to do that. Alright, who else do we add? Next Pokemon. So the way I decide these Pokemon, you see me scroll up and down thinking of ideas, and those ideas have to do with three things. First of all, it's the first core of my team, Kyurem Slowking. That was the first idea, and I want the first idea is like I want to synergize well with these two. That's why I'm adding. Okay, I said rapid speed, I said ground immunity, and soft and what is it called, like check to great task and shit. And that's the second thing. The second thing is like dealing with relevant threats in the tier. So by scrolling up and down, I see, okay, Dragapult is used everywhere. And at the moment, I don't have like Shadow Ball resistance. So maybe I need to do something about it, right? So I'm adding resistances that I feel my team is struggling against. And then I'm adding, the third criteria that I have in my head when I decide for the Pokemon I'm gonna use is general utilities. Like I want, for example, my team to have like a water resist, water immunity, or some things like that. I want hazard removal. These are just general utilities that I want for my team to have. I want hazards. I have stealth rocks. Yeah, now I have. I want spikes maybe. You maybe want sticky web if you're going for a hyper offensive build. Things like that. So it's these three criteria. First of all, synergy with the first idea. Secondary, it's like defensive utilities, so I don't lose to anything. I have soft checks or hard walls or ways to maneuver against the relevant threats that I have seen being used on the ladder. And the third is just general utilities that I feel is gonna be needed for my team and the type of structure I'm going with. So yeah, for example, you're using Kyurem and Slowking, you would more likely go for a balanced, bulky offense type of team, something like that. You wouldn't be able to use this very well in a hyper offensive build because of how slow and, you know, defensive over offensive utilities the core has with a Slowking momentum, right? You wouldn't go hyper offense with this. You would more like, because this provides a lot of defense, right? It's a defensive Pokemon, it's a pivot. So absorb seeds, gets a fuse side down, to reception, maybe can get a toxic, maybe can get a T-wave, and soft check a couple of threats. So that way I can decide the synergies that I want. So now we said that, next Pokemon. Who we are? I like T-Wave Volt Switch versus Dragonite because I can slow you down. You go +1. I can go Zapdos. You go +1. Thunder Wave you go +2. Volt Switch out with my Kyurem, and then I deal with you, or even Excadrill, especially if I'm Air Balloon. So I like that a lot. I like that a lot. I have a check with Dragonite and Gouging Fire in theory because it's not a hard wall or anything. Or good versus Valiant. Walking Wake could be a problem, so maybe I do Terra Water right here. We'll think about it. Who else do we need? I think I would like some more speed. Kyurem speed is good, but it's not enough, I feel. I could add a little bit more speed to my team. And a Shadow Ball resistance. I could maybe Scarf Samurott. Scarf Samurott could be interesting. It's also a water resist, so it helps with these guys, and it's a Shadow Ball resistance. You can also flip turn versus who? You can flip turn versus Corviknight and such and get the Kyurem in if I'm Scarf, which I quite like. It's also gonna help me a little bit. Yeah. What if I do Ogerpon though? What if I do Ogerpon instead? I think I like Samurott more because of the Dondozo situation. Slowking Kyurem is a destructive core versus Dondozo cores. And Samurott helps with the Shadow Ball resistance that I need. But let's do Samurott instead. Let's do Scarf Samurott. Ceaseless Edge. I like Flip Turn versus Corviknight and such. I don't have knockoff on my team, so I could definitely do knockoff right here. And I could use this as soft check to King Gambit with Sacred Sword. Let's do that. No Razor Shell is a little bit whack though. We'll figure it out. Terra, I don't know yet. We'll figure that out as well. Right, something like this. Alright. And the last one. Last one. Let's keep scrolling, see what we need to deal with. Somerset, I think I'm good with Future Sight and Zapdos. I think I'm good versus that. Clefable, I think I'm good too. Fire Resistance, Ace. I have my Cinderace. I don't have a status absorption on my team. I don't have a status absorption. So if he goes Gliscor, I then go who? Maybe I do make your balloon actually. But if he's not over you, then it's still not great. I deal with Volcarona, I go Future Sight you into who? Samurott? And maybe make you Terra Dragon or something? For fire and grass resistance? Could work maybe? Not exactly sure if that's great. What if I did go Ogerpon instead of Samurott, and then I added something like Iron Hands, AV Iron Hands. Would that help? It's not a Shadow Ball resistance or anything, but with AV I can trade positively versus Dragapult. I cannot really switch into it, so maybe not. Maybe let's keep Samurott. Maybe let's keep Samurott. I'm trying to sum up the team, like, kind of finish it. Blaziken could be very interesting. Blaziken could be fucking interesting. But then it's a shit ton of power. I have a shit ton of power after this. But I can offensively pressure a lot. Oof, Blaziken is interesting. Should we actually do Blaziken? Blaziken helps me versus Tinglu and Slowking Course always. It appreciates the support versus Gliscor stuff. So I do Air Balloon here, which is a little bit more offensive. And I do... Ooh, okay, that's gonna be interesting actually. So how do I deal with Roaring Moon? I T-Wave it. T-Wave it, and then I need somebody of these, one of these guys to Revenge Heal. It's not great. Because of how strong knockoff is gonna be versus my Zapdos. But I can T-Wave it, can also miss, which then I lose on the spot. The defense boost from Chill Reception could help me live with KYUREM, because Snow now boosts your defense. Oh, this is a nice... Do we do Blaziken really? Blaziken could be fun. I could also do Gouging Fire if I'm being honest. Like, why Blaziken over Gouging Fire? Because Blaziken is a lot more destructive. I'm thinking of a mixed set with Fire Blast, Close Combat Earthquake, and Life Orb. Fucking Life Orb. The Blaziken has the benefit of not being too weak to rocks. So maybe I'll do Blaziken. Huh. I have actually valid reasons to go Blaziken over Samurott. Plus I like Blaziken. Look how strong this core looks. It looks powerful. And I always like when a team looks powerful. So if we did Blaziken, it's gonna be Life Orb, Speed Boost, Close Combat EQ, Protect, and Fire Blast. I don't want SD and such. I want immediate hits. And a lot of power. I think I would do Naive. Because Naive would allow me to outspeed Dragapult at +1 speed after Protect. And I can Earthquake it twice. Which I like. And I also resist Sucker Punch and Revenge Kill revenge kill King Gambit always with this thing. So I could do there you go, this looks better. I could do what Terra I could do. First of all, I can do ceaseless heads, knockoff for sure. I could do knockoff for my Blaziken over EQ, to be honest, but EQ is gonna help. It's gonna click stronger versus specs and Clodsire. A Clodsire have a complete wall with Air Balloon. Knockoff would be interesting. You do get knockoff, don't you? You do. Okay, that's interesting. Knockoff could be very interesting. Oof. Over the Earthquake. But Earthquake hits Gouging Fire. I mean, close combat is gonna do a shit ton of times Gouging Fire. But Knockoff destroys Dragapult too. Oh, come on, I cannot decide. Knockoff is a lot better versus Salomomola. Yes, let's do a... The only upsides of Earthquake is that it hits Clodsire and Toxapex stronger. But Toxapex is whack. It's not very good, I think. Yes, let's do this. I like this. Terra, when it comes to Terra, what Terra do we do? What Terra should we do? Terra Darkmoon makes sense, since we went knockoff and just sacking immunity. What else would be useful? I mean, with Life Orb and such, we're not gonna be getting too many hits. Earthquake is a lot better versus Storkle though. In the Gouging Fire. But I can change the weather versus Gouging Fire. I think I'll do knockoff. We can decide. We can decide when testing. Like when we test, we can decide what's better. But it's not the end of the world. It's just a little move. There's a Scarf. And here, what Terra do we do? Terra Ghost seems nice. For the close combat immunity, but then I have a Zapdos in the back. It's also gonna hit me versus extreme speed. Ah, Terra Steel maybe. Terra Steel for acrobatics, and then a Razor Shell. Terra Steel for acrobatics. That does sound great. And it's also a fairy. Yes. We do Terra Steel. We do Terra Steel for the fairy resistance and such. And acrobatics, Roaring Moon. Here, I think we do Terra Fairy for acrobatics, for knockoff Roaring Moon. Terra Fairy is also gonna be a dragon immunity, which could be useful. Any other useful Terra? Water seems good. Water seems very good for the ice immunity, ice resistance. Let's do water. You're also gonna be water. I think I want this Chill Reception. I don't know if I want Sludge Bomb because I do have Excadil to click attacks versus you. I don't need Ice Beam because I can pivot versus Gliscor into this. But if Gliscor is getting up hazards, then I can't really. But if it's Gliscor getting up hazards, it doesn't have knockoff, then my Excadil is always gonna be able to come in on that Gliscor. So I think it's fine to skip Sludge Bomb. It's fine to skip Ice Beam. So I can do other stuff. I can do Slack Off and Toxic. How about that? That's what I'll do. Gonna be Heavy Duty Boots. Gonna be the standard set with 16 defense and rest in speed depth. Sassy and mean speed, so we get the slow Chill Reception versus opposing slow kings. Here, the Terra will be interesting. The Terra will be interesting. Because I can do Ghost. I can definitely do Ghost. It'd be a complete wall to Dragonite unless it has Ice Spinner or Fire Punch. I can do, and it's also a fighting immunity. And Spin Block. So definitely Ghost seems great. It's also gonna help me beat 1v1 not 1v1, but I can deal with Corviknight better. But I don't need to deal with Corviknight better because I have a Zapdos in the back. So Ghost is good, but not incredible. I wish you had knockoff. I would definitely use that. I could do Terra Ground. Terra Ground is strong. Water type attacks, fire type attacks. Do I Terra Dragon? Grass resistance, fire resistance. Let's try Terra Dragon. We can change it after. Here, we didn't decide. Let's do this one. Freeze Dry, of course. Earth Power, of course. And then I think Ice Beam is nice and it's spammable. But since I have Blizzard, I think I can skip it and go for Draco. So let's try that. I definitely want their eyes. And the question is here, what do we want? Terra Dark? Doesn't sound great. Doesn't sound awful either. Maybe some sort of immunity would be nice. Some sort of immunity. To either Dragon or... Trying to think. We could also do just terrifying and click strong close combats versus everyone. Like that would destroy stuff. And that would be a lot stronger versus Scourging Fire. Yes, let's do that. Let's do Terra Fighting so we destroy things like Gouging Fire with 2 close combats easily and the Torkoal. Alright. I think that's a fine team. We'll test it. We'll test it in the next video, either today, later tonight, or tomorrow. You're gonna see a video of me using this team, the highlighter. See how it does. But yeah, this is gonna be the team. It's gonna be in the description if you wanna try it yourself and give me some feedback in the comments. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it and hope it wasn't like too much all over the place. It was a little bit well structured. I try because I'm sharing my thought process, right? But my thought process can be all over the place sometimes too, because I'm thinking way too many things at the same time. But that's how it goes. Like you have this one idea, oop, another idea pops up. Okay, what about this? Okay, that's how it should be. So yeah, I hope you like the video. Let me know in the comments if you tried the team and you liked it, and I'll catch you with another one. Bye bye.